Here we are on Wellspring with AimScamz and Liquid. Before yesterday, I think people would have had a very different estimation of this one, but I'm with you, FaZe. AimScamz, so good, and here in Wipeout, they are deadly.
I believe so too. Deadly is one word to describe them. I would also call them very passionate about the way they play. It's very apparent in the playstyle, and right now you can see AimScamz just deleting Team Liquid off the map. The Hang and Liquid Rafa are the last guys left. Was 10 seconds before spawning. AimScamz pushing
The efficiency.
their luck. Yeah, this did not really work out that well.
He just had the prediction, didn't he? The 180 flick on the rocket, and it was important that. Now, I think there might have been a little bit of miscommunication from AimScamz there, as one player walked away from the telly, the other one waited for Rafa. Either way, it's the Hang left alone with the Siphonator activated and 10 seconds to hold on against Deathrow and Yenem. Vedmedic's going to be joining them quite soon as well. And this is a little bit dicey for Mr. Fogarty. Turns around, Yenem's there. Big rocket's going to keep him at 200 HP. And Rafa will be joining him, but... well, only for a little while. The two managed to stay on the map. It's now down to Rafa, up against Vedmedic. 10 seconds left until Waz spawns. And Vedmedic not showing any sign of his low stack. Fighting all the way.
See, this is one of those moments where even though AimScamz does have the upper hand when it comes to the player numbers, unfortunately they couldn't push their luck purely because Liquid Rafa had the bigger stack than most of those guys, meaning that there could have been a potential round loss for AimScamz.
Yeah, it certainly could go that way. Vedmedic prowling on the lower ground. Gets a shot off there, and this is awkward. 17 seconds remaining, and not a whole lot of HP to work with. Vedmedic thinking about the play over by the telly instead. It's going to be out on this little beam.
This is extremely dangerous right now. If any of those Team Liquid boys will find out where he is, that's a game over.
Oh! They just walked past him. Vedmedic lived 60 HP and a dream. The Hang gonna be falling as well, and it's all left to Rafa, who's gonna drop. Deathrow takes him, and in a very interesting round, AimScamz come out on top.
That one place where Vedmedic was hiding, it was a high skill, high risk, high reward. He did manage to make it happen. It was a very tough call for them. You have to really find good places to hide on this map, but as you can see, Liquid Rafa and the Hang deleting both Yenem and Vedmedic out of the map. Short period of time between spawns, so they're back in the game straight away, but they have focus Deathrow, who is being left alive with barely any help.
It's an interesting thing because these opening skirmishes we don't pay too much attention to because 5-second respawn, it's whatever, right? But this will set the tone for later on in the round when you can get major advantages here. You may not be threatening to end the round, but you're going to make it a whole lot more likely rather, that it could end at some later moment. Liquid trailing a little bit on the frags in this round, and we'll have longer respawn times to go along with that. Waz and Dahang pushing through. Now Deathrow is going to fall. It's left to Yenem, but they're both back very soon. Vedmedic and Deathrow.
Even though it's left to Yenem, you have to understand that both Team Liquid and AimScamz were in a situation where both teams had a very short respawn timer on their end. This created such a synergy between each team of making sure that you have to attack at the right time. Now, both teams are very struggling at this point to make the first move. But as you can see, Vedmedic, Yenem, Deathrow are back in the game. 2 versus 3. Team Liquid might be coming out on top of it.
Certainly could be the case. Vedmedic left alone, doing a good job with his Siphonator here, and just about dodges that pincer. Punches the Hang for the RJ. Rafa as well. Vedmedic welcomes him in both arms, and ooh, the double with Waz left on almost nothing.
Free HP.
He's gonna have to hide.
this is the crucial moment where hiding spots on this map are very important. If you haven't studied the hiding spots or any hiding spots, it will be very hard to run away from 3 players. Right now, 2 versus 2.
Waz left with just 3 HP, getting turns in it with Rafa. It's sort of weird that they don't use their heal there. Rafa left alone with Vedmedic on the prowl. And this is crucial that he's going to stay alive. 2 members make it, 3 descend upon him. The Hang left alone and through the telly exit. Sounds a little bit of blasting. Now joins up with Waz. It's a 2-on-2 here on the lower ground.
Really not looking good.
This could go quite wrong quite quickly for the Hang.
Yeah, getting stuck in a position like this between 2 players is extremely risky, especially in that area of the map. You only have 2 exits, and if 2 people from the enemy team will be blocking you out and sandwiching you, that's it. Fortunately, the Hang managed to get away from that situation.
Just about. Be doing some decent damage at range. The answer coming back, he tries to give Rafa a bit of a boost. I think they're up close. Yenem will take him down as Rafa is over by Cobble. Rubble, sorry. Aircon is called Vedmedic. Glass left alive. I'm not too sure how it happened, but it certainly has. And Rafa and Waz going to be charging here. The shaft from Vedmedic going to be doing the best that he can. Waz and Rafa just ring around the rosy through the doorways. But,
oh my,
so full.
Close. 45 health on Rafa. If he did not manage to hit that last shout, I'm not sure what would happen in that situation. That was an extremely risky situation for both teams.
Yeah, that was as close as it gets really in Wipeout. We are now watching Liquid Rafa as he manages to take down Death Row, turns to Vedmedic, but Yenem's there.
The Hang in a very peculiar situation, even though he has a teammate behind him. Him being exposed so much in the middle of the map is an extreme risk. The AimScamz players are all over the map. Having that one angle on that garden part of the map is extremely scary.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen it time and time again this weekend. Vedmedic going to be taking down the Hang, and Rafa is left to Waz for a little while at least. He's trying to navigate this smoke. Always a lot of fun. In Wipeout especially, I find the smoke fights, they can get pretty messy pretty quickly, and yeah, people still sort of working out the best way to use them.
Yes, and we've been seeing a lot of teams go through the smoke. You would usually see players be very hesitant because you can die quite easily, but most of the teams yesterday were going through.
It's exciting to watch, if a little confusing at times, but slow down in a big way here. Vedmedic coming around the corner. We'll be seeing a Liquid player and gets a couple of shots down at the Hang. This is very patient play from him. Gonna go in now with the shaft. The Hang is there doing damage, dropping on Waz, takes him down. Vedmedic, the star player
Focusing
for this
the last
team.
player in getting
that's right.
Perfect execution from all the 3 players, focusing on one guy, focusing on the second guy together, and the third one was just a pillar of work.
4k damage on Vedmedic so far, 3 rounds in. A whole 500 more than anybody else. This guy's mechanics are absolutely terrifying if you're on the enemy team.
Yes, the mechanics, but also the decision making when to attack and how to attack is very important, because yes, you can be ranking up damage on a map like this and in a game mode like this. What's more important is how you deal the damage and when you deal it. And Vedmedic seems to be having the answer to all his combats so far.
Yep, he's just got a great sense for in the 1v2, the 1v3 situations as well. I'm always impressed by his target selection. Following Vedmedic now, as he... Ooh, it's a nasty bit of damage there. Gonna fight up against Rafa now, and Rafa gets the better of him. Yenem and Death Throw.
That was a very unfortunate switch from weapons.
Yeah. We'll have to see if that could be an issue. By the end of this round, Vedmedic is gonna come and get dropped pretty quickly. That's 3 Liquid players with nothing to look at apart from him.
Of course, I'm not too sure why Vedmedic decided to push at that angle, knowing that there is more players than one healing in one corner. But look, didn't work out. You gotta try something else, and this is exactly what they're gonna be doing now.
So the fear for Liquid right now, no armor. Left with their HP, both Vedmedic and Death Throw pretty stacked up. Rafa now just on 7 HP. Dahang fighting up on 8 himself and taken down.
It was, I believe, that could have been caused by miscommunication or the lack of communication at the very end. He was left alone and he was unaware of how much stack both Rafa and Raz had at that point. It got him killed, unfortunately, at the very end. Hopefully we're going to be seeing them, maybe, perhaps, getting a slight of a comeback this round.
A slow one. A little bit of patience shown by both teams here. Neither wanting to jump through that doorway, and rightly so. Yenem gonna go through the telly though, and that is go time. Everybody focusing him. Meanwhile, it's Death Throw and Vedmedic trying to get something done. In the end, I think Liquid come out okay, but this is Wipeout, and you've got to consider the multi-life economy, Jahar. He loves it, I know. Rafa going to be dropping onto Vedmedic. Yenem will take him down from behind. Hank taking down Yenem, and it is, it's brawly. Liquid come out on top, 2-3.
Yeah. I'm seeing the change in pace. Yesterday, Team Liquid was struggling with the pace versus Cybrain. Today, you can see a lot more aggressive Team Liquid pushing together, which is a great thing to do on Wipeout. You don't want to be ever left out alone, and this is what we're seeing today. Change of pace.
Change of pace, absolutely. It was a really entertaining round, in my opinion. The way that they had Yenem go through the telly, and then they both come through that doorway at once. Aggressive, initiative-driven play, and I love to see it. For the moment, though, hanging around by telly entrance is Vedmedic. And they're just squaring up at the moment. Looking for an entry. It's going to be Vedmedic going on a charge and not hitting a lot of shaft at all. The Hang's going to drop him. And,
Hang's going to drop him, but Yenem straight away getting a refrag on the Hang. It's 3 players again are going to be back up in a very second. 3 versus 3 right now. Seems like Team Liquid has the bigger stack at this point. AimScamz potentially needs to play a little bit further back, but this is not looking like it. They're managing to make it work with a little stack that they had.
Yenem's so clutch, I find, on this map. Just been winning from situations where you wouldn't expect them to. AimScamz go into a fight, and then I think it's going Liquid's way. No, Yenem's there with a couple of clutch rockets at the end. Waz's going to take him down for now. And that leaves Vedmedic and Death Throw alone. Death Throw especially, as you can see, with a precipitous drop of his stack. And now, advantage Liquid for 10 seconds.
10 seconds advantage. The position of Team Liquid wasn't that great. If they got caught out in that specific place of the map, they could have got easily killed within a couple of seconds. Luckily, they moved away. Liquid Rafa getting a score on Vedmedic. Right now, all they have to do is focus on Yenem. Yenem is the lowest stacked player on the team, becoming Death Throw at this point.
Yeah, both pretty low. With Vedmedic coming up in 4, they need to be careful, and I think they're actually separating to minimize the chance that they both die close together.
Yeah, I think so.
And you know, it's interesting. Playing around your death, it's an important thing in Wipeout because it's going to happen, and sometimes it's about making the best of it. Vedmedic going to be fighting here in the midfield against Waz, Dahang, and Rafa. They're going to circle and pull him apart limb by limb. 3-3. It's the rubber match. It's round 7 here on Wellspring.
Yeah, that was a great execution by Team Liquid. Even though Vedmedic was hitting some clutch rockets, that didn't save him, and the score went to Team Liquid. It's 3-3. This is the match where anything can happen, and you have to be very careful not to give lives for free.
Well, so far, so good for Team Liquid. Going to be doing a little bit of fairly efficient healing as well, with a couple that can make the most of it. Vedmedic drops Waz, taken down by Dahang though. And we're over on Rafa, who's having a bit of a scrap with Yanum.
Having a bit of scrap, but it's not looking good for Team Liquid right now. All the players are extremely weak, even though Waz does get the kill on Yanum. Therefore has to be very careful not to die right now, because Vedmedic was about to spawn, and hopefully they can keep it back up.
I mean, I'm worried for Team Liquid right now. You can see all of them in the top left-hand side. I think Dahang was throwing his life away there. They needed someone with stack on the map. And that is something you're going to see in Wipeout, dying strategically. Now Dahang has that stack. Rafa and Waz have some HP, but not the armor. I think there's an opportunity here for AimScamz.
I think there's an opportunity, but then we have to consider whether are they aware of the opportunity that is in front of them. Usually teams have a very hard time to count enemy stack on the go. It's an extremely difficult task. Therefore, you cannot ever expect for teams to know the precise stack. I would imagine AimScamz would know somewhat. Right now, it's becoming a little bit more hectic of a situation, given that it's 3-3, and none of those guys want to give it up.
I was on Vedmedic though, he just hit some nuts shaft. It's crazy. We're on board with Dahang though. And they're just struggling to find each other. I don't think either team wants to commit to a fight at the moment. We would see that, you know, maybe Liquid should, but it's a narrow margin. They have more stack. Vedmedic falls off.
Colossal mistake by Vedmedic. This could be the point where Team Liquid finds the right moment to kill all the AimScamz players.
Oh no! Oh dear, that is... I think shite is the word. That's not what they want. Dahang and Rafa here at lower water. Vedmedic up in 14.
I'm still...
Oh, can you imagine losing because of that?
This is the situation where both teams are extremely weak. Yanum healing up, Defro trying to hide and not show himself too much to Team Liquid. 3 versus 2. What is AimScamz going to do in this situation?
Rafa
information
gonna punish the jumping players. Needs to win here. Oh, rockets
and
in the smoke.
Rockets at the end. Holy crap! That was amazing by AimScamz. As you could see, the smoke was right underneath the hang. There was no way of them knowing exactly where he is, but them spamming rockets everywhere in that smoke has secured them the win over Team Liquid.
There it is, 4-3. You couldn't have it any closer, and we're now going to be going to what I believe is Liquid's pick. Yesterday we saw them pick Marina, I think, whenever they had the opportunity. Of course, being a MacGuffin map. Interested to see if they're going to continue with that.
I would believe so. I would believe that they would like to pick up MacGuffin once again, as they're very, very dominant in that game mode. What map? I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure they're good at both maps. Although I would say the easier map for AimScamz would be Marina, given how much open angles there are. And as we can see, Team Liquid picked Sunken, where they cannot really abuse it that much. Although some bases allow for the abuse of Pincer, this will be probably one of those matches where there's going to be a lot of close combat.
Liquid looking to avoid the mechanical might of AimScamz and try and leverage their better team play and communication, their protocols. We'll see if they can come out on top. Very close in Wipeout. On their pick, they're probably feeling okay.
I would imagine so. This very beginning of this map is crucial for both teams. It all depends on the pickups of the items as well as how they position themselves on the map. The strongest position at the very moment that teams have been using is the pincer.
Yeah, it's just dominant, isn't it, on all MacGuffin maps. Red going to be going the way of, I believe it was Vedmedic there. Waz will have the MacGuffin though, and you can see as Vedmedic tries to shoot him out of the sky. Liquid will capture A, and I actually thought that was going to go the way of AimScamz. They had more resources on the map. I believe they both got Mega and Red, and it didn't matter in the end.
It didn't matter in the end, but you have to also remember that Team Liquid has so much experience in MacGuffin. It's going to be very hard against any team that will be going against them. It's not just mechanics that allow you to be the best team in MacGuffin. It's a lot of preparations, a lot of positioning, and it's a lot of communication, which makes Team Liquid stand out a lot more from all the other teams.
Right, and I think that chemistry, they've played together for so long. Being able to subconsciously, implicitly know where your team is going to be and when, hugely important. AimScamz have that, but that is Liquid's X factor, for my money.
For
We're
sure.
going to see them push out now. Waz giving Rafa a little bit of a boost, and it's a very quick run. Nice work from Liquid. AimScamz are here to welcome them, but they're gonna drop 3-0.
They're gonna drop 3-0, and now it's gonna be very crucial who will be getting the items. If AimScamz is going to get the control over the map, there could be a potential cap for the team. It's 38-0 at the moment, trying to cap. Unfortunately, they're getting stuck in the middle of the map. The Hang on his own, fighting with Medic and Death Row. This could be looking like a cap potentially.
There it is. Cap from Vedmedic. I just realized I didn't want to talk about the power-up. I forgot it even happened. The Hang gonna be trying to throw it away. Rafa's there to knock down Yenum, and it's all getting very messy. The one sane man, apparently Dahang, able to escape and make this run happen.
Yes, the Hang was able to escape, but to no avail of his teammates being in the base, getting recapture on the point. Now they have to be very aware that Team Liquid is going to be spawning around the middle of the map. Their best decision would be going towards the shaft area and getting some information where the enemies are, potentially just extending some time before getting a recap.
Throwing that away. Vindicator on Yenum, but he's not very healthy. Gonna get dropped. Go to Vedmedic in the end. Gonna take down Waz. Pick is 50 bubble up. And this could be dangerous for Liquid, who need to try and nullify Vedmedic's Vindicator run.
Very dangerous, because not only Vedmedic has the power up with his amazing mechanical skills, he also has the stack to support himself without dying for at least good next 30 seconds also.
Pincer out. No surprise. What a weapon it is, eh? And getting the damage done. Enjoying the cries of his enemy, as well as their women and children. Vedmedic, a ruthless man.
All the eggbots. Well, let's call them eggbots.
On the low ground. Vedmedic just trying to get damage done at range. We're left very low on AimScamz, but their coin count keeps ticking.
Keep sticking. So far, it's a very even matchup. I would be worried as Team Liquid, looking how close AimScamz is playing on their territory. It's not usually what you would be seeing from teams going up against Team Liquid, but here we are. Vedmedic doing a god's work, killing everybody on the server at the moment, defending the point extremely well. All they have to do right now, get a little bit of a stack, get back into the base, and defend it until the very end, before the next power-up comes up.
Yeah, if they can try and win before the power-up, that's going to be very nice for them indeed. And I think that's what they're going to do. 99 the score. We're into overtime. Liquid would love to play for this Vindicator, but they don't have a choice. They have to touch. Yenem and Vedmedic double up, and is there going to be another touch? There's not. No, Yenem with a lovely direct.
Team Liquid made a great decision by not going for the power-up. They knew it was 99% for AimScamz. They had to be in their base. If they went for the power-up, or even two guys went for the power-up, that would have been a quicker win for AimScamz. They didn't. It was a great decision. Unfortunately, it didn't work out in the end. But here we are again, 1-0 for AimScamz, and we'll be seeing who's going to be capping the base again.
McGuffin about to come up. The hang over on the red, second red, we always talk about it, oh so important. It is going to go the way of Team Liquid, and now into the mid they go. Waz throwing onto the high ground, Liquid Rafa collects, but Yenem's there just as quick, and it's going to be a cap for AimScamz.
It was a very quick decision to intercept the MacGuffin. Luckily for the team AimScamz, Yenem was there to get it. Now people are fighting off with the red. This is very good, very important, because it will either allow for the team to defend or to attack. Right now, Defro trying to get the MacGuffin back into the base, which seems like it is going to be happening.
Yep. Once again, they will cap. Ooh, Yenem gonna drop his Vindicator. Who's gonna get to it in the end? Defro and Vedmedic trying to. Oh, he's going to fall as well. Nobody really had the stack to do much with it. And Rafa now in the base as the Hang has the power up. Only with an MG out at the moment. There it is. Shaft. Much better weapon. Going to take down Yenem. And Vedmedic. This.
But power up is running out at this point. There's not much that he can do. All the teams are in the base fighting for that MacGuffin. The Hang probably opting out for banana route to be as quick as possible, but that didn't work out in the end.
No. Death with another cap. Rafa's there to take him down, make short work of him, and now the run himself. 34, the score for AimScamz. We'll see what Rafa and Liquid can do with this cap. Not a huge delta to make up, but
not a huge delta. This was one of the situations where you have to capture the point with your teammates. It's not usually the best idea to capture on your own, as you will have to have someone in the base being able to defend it, because the enemies are going to be 100% chasing you, and if you are there on your own, that is going to be a quick recap. So even though yes, you have wasted time for AimScamz, you will not be getting the points.
Death throw with a couple of swift rockets, going to take down the Hang. 50 score already. We're halfway there for AimScamz, and Liquid are going to have to do something about this. Maybe the power-up is how they're going to make things happen. It's on Rafa, but he's going to get taken down by Yenem, who's now going to collect the power-up. Another pincer from him. Waz will then get vengeance for Team Liquid, but this is all time that they're not capping.
No, and this is actually a very good position for Waz to be in. He needs to have help from his teammates, so hopefully he will be able to survive this. 38 health is not looking good for them.
Not at all. Oh, it's all getting a bit black and white, isn't it? Like an old noir. Waz with the MacGuffin RJing out.
Saving the day with his rockets. Waz intercepting though. Even though Vedmedic got all those kills, he didn't manage to get the MacGuffin.
Yeah. Liquid have to do something big, I feel, with this cap. I think they need to take this close to the end. Yenem going to be taking out Waz. Vedmedic takes down Rafa, and on the point they are. Yenem with some great shots and the MacGuffin. Gonna take it out through red. Waz does well to deny that.
Joe, I'm gonna go as far to say that Team Liquid has no answer to the way AimScamz attack. They have been struggling the last 2 rounds with how precise the attacks were from AimScamz and how deliberate they were, and the amount of firepower that we've been talking about yesterday that has clearly transferred into today is still here.
And you know, a lot of people like myself don't know much about these teams and will say something like AimScamz is all aim and no brain, but they're showing a great level of cohesion, synergy, that they're really coordinating oh so well, and they make the most of their prodigious mechanical skill. But well, Liquid quietly have kept this one going for a while, and with Waz
this is
on
a big
the
play by Team
power,
Liquid.
yeah,
Waz having the power up and him being
dangerous.
so explosive and being probably the most explosive Team Liquid player, this can guarantee them the win that they need in order to carry on playing in this matchup.
1-1. We got around 3 here on Sunken. Liquid's pick, and well, it's looking a whole lot better for them now that they've got that round on the board. And there is the reset. Now, what's interesting about the 3rd round is they have a choice of which base they want. Do you see that being a serious preference, A or B, or is it fairly open?
Yes, I would say the preference for AimScamz would be the base B. I'm not too sure which base they will go for. It really depends on the situation. Sometimes you just have to throw the MacGuffin to a teammate and go to the closest base possible. Some teams will do that, but I would say base B would be the best base for AimScamz because their aim is extremely good and they can utilize it very well in the space.
There we are. Medic going to be making the cap, and now trolling the outer rim. Going to get dropped by Dahang, though. Death Row takes down both Waz and Dahang. Power up coming up, and this is pivotal.
This is pivotal. The positioning from Team Liquid, guys, wasn't the best. It did guarantee them to have the power up. It could have been done better, but ultimately they got it. Rafa kills himself to give power up to Waz, who's going to be hopefully capturing, but no, there's 2 guys behind him, getting both MacGuffin and the power up, pushing into the base and potentially getting the recap done.
Medic and Yena making it happen once again. Power up still activated. He's going to take Rafa down and make his way over to the pincer, and then back again. The attack is here for Liquid. It's Dahang on the point with the throw out, but intercepted. Now both on the point as Death Throw has to clear the base out. Dahang just trying to make himself as annoying as possible, and does a good job actually. And with a couple of pincers, he's going to hold on for Rafa to get the cap and make his way over to A. 55 plays 2. This is the beginning of something for Team Liquid.
This could be the beginning of something for Team Liquid. Now, it depends how AimScamz answer that. It's going to be very hard to attack this base. If Team Liquid sets themselves up in different places around the base and hold pincer angles, it could be very hard for AimScamz to get in.
Oh. Gonna take a tumble. Dahang trying to push on to the point. We'll take down Ved Medic, and this is already a healthy cap for Team Liquid. Already near matching their opposition. In 10 seconds though, it's the power up.
10 seconds power up, but you gotta be remembering it was 55-0. It's already 55-50. Whoever this power up is going to go to, and whoever will be the bearer of the power up with the biggest stack, I believe will be able to recapture the point.
It's going to be Dahang's left ever so low. Yenam's going to take him down, jump in the power up himself, but he misses a crucial shotgun. It's getting very brawly in the midfield here. Death Row in the end going to be the one that takes the power up. 50 bubble as well as red. And now they make their assault onto A. Picking it up is Yenam. And now escorted by the power-up-wielding Death Throw. They're looking to make this the final capture of the game.
I just want to say how
no!
clutch. Oh, wow. The interception right there, jumping down on the enemy. Bad Medic recapturing the point. But I really want to say how well Defro played that part, helping his teammates. He was very close to them, hitting the shots that he needed. He got the power up. He helped them get almost to the base. And now all they have to do is defend the point.
What that Medic's trying to do, gonna get ousted by Dahang. It's Death Throw coming in for the cleanup, but he's taken down too. And oh, Rafa gonna be picking up that MacGuffin and running it out, and doesn't look like he's gonna be intercepted here.
No, but that rocket jump, yes, it did guarantee him the capture on point, but his health is not
so
looking
weak.
good. Medic chasing all the players currently in Team Liquid base. It's not looking good.
Not looking good whatsoever. 99. Vedmedic gonna pick it up and throw it out. Death Throw as well gonna be making another pitch, but
oh, and the bounce back.
And throws it back.
Crucial.
And Waz actually left it on the floor. Vedmedic collects. Waz now comes in. Yenem takes him down. None of them quite know where they are or what they're doing, but
This is a very scary situation for Yenem.
Death Throw has the power up now. Oh, that could be
no.
the game changer.
Yeah, the Hang's job right now is don't go to the base, hide as much as possible, don't have teammates close to you, because as soon as the guys find your teammates, they'll find you. Play on your own, be as quiet as possible, get as much stack that you can get, and just wait it out and then push in.
Here we are. Dahang, the one with the MacGuffin, waiting actually near the enemy base. They're trying to find a clean cap here, one that they can hold for that overtime. And
now he just got the calls at the base. So more clear. The enemies are quite weak. Now the Hang
his
needs
shaft
help.
poor.
This is not looking good for Team Liquid. They really need to clear out the base before the Hang can push in. I'm not sure if that's looking good for them.
Try for it. Yeah, Vedmedic and Death Throw doubling up. Waz gonna take them down. Yenem now trying to make a getaway. Ooh, can just about survive the pincer. 50 bubbles gonna be there for him. They're gonna have to clear out
And this is the
Rafa.
point where they have
And
to
oh!
God, Waz and the Hang from behind and from above. Great interception. They really need to act on it right now in order to get the point.
Jesus Christ, it is calamitous out there, folks. Yenem going to be taking down Waz
Oh, no.
trying to get up. Oh, just about. They're going to get it. Vedmedic with the pull. Now out through the middle, but Waz is there to intercept. And rocket jumps up. There is the cap. Overtime activated. They need to touch. They will. Death Throw, Yenem, and Vedmedic, though, not the healthiest of players. Vedmedic trying to make it happen. A great rocket against the Liquid player, but it's another cap, and it's another scramble to this point. Are they going to be able to touch? I don't think they can. And Sunken goes to Team Liquid.
Team Liquid, extremely evenly matched. Of course, the second round didn't work out well in AimScamz's favor. The last round, there was a situation where both teams were confused at the very end where to go and what to do, given that they had the MacGuffin in their possession. Most of the time, it actually wasn't in the base, it was in the middle of the map. The routing potentially could have been done better, but as you can see, Team Liquid taking that win on their side.
There we go. In this best of 5, it is 1-1, all tied up. AimScamz now get to pick, and the call is Marina MacGuffin.
So it seems that they feel very comfortable playing MacGuffin. They're showing that, yes, Team Liquid has the upper advantage when it comes to experience in that mode, but AimScamz feels extremely comfortable, especially on a map like this. where you can really, really abuse your aim, given how much of a side of line you have. And if you have a team like AimScamz who can only also position themselves very well, this might be looking good for them.
Well, we are going to see just how much they can abuse their aim. They are seriously talented players, but Liquid looking good. I said they were the most overrated team in the world. Well, they went 3-4 in Wipeout and then 1 on Sunken, so egg on my face. This should be very close indeed.
Egg on your face, balls in your face, the Eggbots balls, that is. But look, everybody enjoys some Eggbots, and here we are seeing the game again. At the moment, this is going to be very important to see what Team Liquid does and how they set themselves up for the MacGuffin. Whether they're going to be pushing for the red, or are they going to be positioning themselves on the map to intercept the MacGuffin.
Deathrow will get the cap eventually. Did a bit of a double take on the MacGuffin, but hey, it's all okay. Water under the bridge. Deathrow on point with Pincer. We're going to be saying that a lot, I think, as the Liquid boys come on in. Yenem playing peekaboo with Waz, and eventually going to get on top of him, but not before Dahang picks up the MacGuffin and makes the run over to A.
Makes the run over to A, but the scariest player probably on the server just got the power up. You have to be very careful, as we've seen what the medic could do in the last matchup. Rafa intercepting the MacGuffin, sorry, the power up once again, and this is not looking good at the moment for Team AimScamz. Are they going to be able to recap the point within the next 10 seconds? Probably not. Rafa is going to be in the middle, giving information to Team Liquid where the enemies are, and he's going to be making sure that nobody gets into the base.
So far, so good. Rafa. Take the tumble. That's right, now aggressing upon Waz, and it's not going to go well for him. The MacGuffin in the hands of Ed Medic, though, with a pretty healthy stack as well, and he's going to be making this run all the way. The Hang is there to intercept, but so far, Ed Medic's holding his own. He's getting lots of damage done, but almost no frags. Has to rely on Yenem and Deathrow. We're going to take down Rafa and the Hang. That should be a fairly secure cap.
Don't you think how late they were? They could have helped the medic a little bit beforehand. They did manage to help him out, but if they did manage to come a little bit sooner, maybe Team Liquid would have not got the MacGuffin.
Ed Medic going to be making that run once again. Can his teammates accompany him this time? Are they even positioning very early for the power up? Hard to say, but well, they're not in their base, that's for sure.
I feel like AimScamz will have to rely on the power-up in order to get the base control again. I'm not sure if they can do it without because Team Liquid can really position themselves very well. As you can see, that the hang rockets, the pre-spam onto the power-up, almost grants them the power-up. Yenem at the moment with the blaster in the middle, trying to cap it into the base with Deathrow. This is looking good. This is looking good. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Yeah, very nice coordination. Of course, everything with Indicator ends up looking pretty good. All decisions are good ones when you're killing your enemy at 3 times regular speed. And this is a decent cap so far. Yenem on the point, Deathrow a little bit further out. Liquid need to make a push. It's going to be Waz on Mega. The Hang getting the information and now pushing in together.
Wow. I was about to say it was a great decision to use that slow weevil on the point, so the enemy either steps into it and you can kill them easier, or they won't and you're wasting their time. But Team Liquid straight away answered with having more people go into the base, getting the MacGuffin, and trying to play a little bit slower now before actually capturing. They're aware that the enemies are in their base, so it would be not safe for Liquid Rafa to go in there and potentially give it up.
Yep. He's going to be carrying it now. And you can see this is quite considered, and yeah, getting the calls from his team that it's safe to go, even if the Hang does lose out in that duel. He knows where the enemy is and exactly where they can't be. That's cap for Liquid. They're going to set up for the defense now. Yenem coming to take down the Hang. Rafa with the pincer playing from range, and him with Waz. It's a great partnership. Red, though, you're going to see go the way of Death Row. Vedmedic gets a frag as well, and they're on the point. Throwing it away, Death Row still with a pretty healthy stack, but getting chipped down by Waz here. Vedmedic was there on the Vindy, and Waz doing huge damage. Just not allowing Death Row to get much at all.
Yeah, I mean, look, Vedmedic is on 70 health. He's getting gunged up by every single Liquid player. Rafa going back to the base with the MacGuffin, and this could be looking like it's the round for Team Liquid.
Certainly could be, and it is. Wow, just like that. 1-0 up here on Marina. Once again, I have to bring up, that is AimScamz pick.
Indeed it is, and you can see Yenem is jumping like he's happy, but look, you gotta win this round to be jumping even more.
Yeah, it's... pardon me. It's either this round or gonna have to try and win both map 3 and 4. No, sorry, map 4 and 5. This is a little bit dangerous right now for AimScamz.
It really depends how they will be approaching the capturing a MacGuffin from Team Liquid. If Team Liquid is the first team to capture the MacGuffin, it could be a lot easier for them to recap it back. But as we could see, they have, unlike the previous map, they have issues with being able to attack the base.
Incoming Vindicator. Defend your
Yep.
base.
It's going to be the cap for AimScamz. The Hang beats out Vedmedic in the midfield. Here's Death Throw trying to get onto the power-up, does the damage so that Yenem can collect. And now they are going to defend their point. Yenem with a healthy arsenal and the power-up. The world is his oyster. Actually going to be pushing out. This is interesting to me, as Rafa will get the pull.
It was
I think the way on the other
interesting
side of the map was Yenem.
Yeah, I feel like his decision making has benefited AimScamz a lot more rather than him coming back into the base. You gotta remember that Team Liquid would be unaware that he's in their base. They would have expected him to be defending the point, but there is some potential that he knew about that, and that's why he felt comfortable enough going into the other base, getting some stack and coming back in, knowing that yes, they might actually figure out that there's no power up in the base, but that will give him enough time to come back into the base and finish them off.
Right, here's going to be the cap from Waz. Liquid need to make something happen here. Vedmedic pushing on to the point. Waz holds his own though. We'll take down one, but Yenem's there. Raf now and the Hang having to try and make the cleanup happen. It is going to be a pull though and a throw for AimScamz. I think Waz, once again, MVP for Team Liquid, seems to be absolutely everywhere right now.
No, for sure. He makes all the right decisions when it comes to where he is and how he approaches the next combat. His micro decisions are great. At the moment, he's the entire team is fighting on point. It's looking like Death Row might be able to escape and get into the base, but he's extremely weak. Going in on his own as the first player is probably not the safest thing to do. As you can see, there's already Team Liquid player waiting for him in there.
Rafa trying to beat out Vedmedic. It's not going to happen though. Death Throw on the power up, and now with the red secured by his teammates, they're going to be charging on in with impunity, confidence, and finesse. Death Throw now has a very easy job. He's going to struggle a little bit there. I think the Hang got more damage than maybe he should have, but still the power up holds strong. And the base is clear for now. 95 points. I think that 96, 97. We're almost at the overtime. There it is. And it could be a round on the board for AimScamz. Waz going to be last left alive. Makes it happen with the shotgun. A little bit of indecision there as Death Throw didn't know what weapon he had ammo for. Waz now going to be able to make the run.
That was a scary, very scary part to be as Death Throw. I mean, look, you are struggling with like knowing which weapons you have and how much ammo you got. So you have to make the conscious decision whether you can switch or not. And maybe if he wasn't switching so much between weapons, he could have killed the Hang. But look, you cannot do that again, and they have to move on. As you can see, Yenem already trying to bring the MacGuffin back to the base. It's looking good for them. It's 99 to 45. Even if Team Liquid manages to intercept the MacGuffin, they still have some time to get that win this round.
Yep, it's going to be Waz with a whole lot of armor to go along with that MacGuffin and bring it back to B. Fed Medic getting taken down there, and Waz will make the cap happen. As I say, just doing so much for Team Liquid in this round and the last. This, like, in all likelihood, needs to be their final cap. The chances of AimScamz capping and then being able to get through overtime, very, very likely indeed. So they need to defend for their lives. To hang in the midfield, along with Rafa, going to be collecting that power up, and what a pincer through the window.
Wow, this is exactly what kind of clutch pincer you need in a situation like this. You know you have to win this round, otherwise it's gonna be 1-1. This kind of clutch rails pincers is just great from my Team Liquid.
Absolutely. A Hang fighting over out. The Mega does get dropped. It's Waz on the point. Fed Medic though, and Yenem doing a great job. It's Rafa with 2 with the rocket, but the pull and the throw out to Yenem. AimScamz looking to make the run happen, but everybody's dying. It's fast, it's furious, it's a little bit sexual faced. Waz gonna be doubling up though, and I've been saying it all game long, the player that is keeping Liquid in it, and now as overtime comes into play, they're on, but Yenem doubles up, and they're gonna get the pull. I think it's Waz with the throw as well, left with just 5 HP though. The Hang there for the MacGuffin though, crossbow in hand, trying to make it work, throws it over Vedmedic's head as Rafa now comes and tries to take down Vedmedic, but the rockets are so strong. Vedmedic keeps the MacGuffin for AimScamz, who are now looking cap, but on the base is Team Liquid. Already, Yenem though with 2 from the shaft, taking them out. Death Throw as well. Overtime activated once again, but Rafa is there for the pull and the throw out to the Hang, who's now gonna run it past Red, take it to Waz, who himself has a lot of armor, but with the pincer only, Vedmedic's gonna take them down, and now throw it a little bit back, but Rafa's gonna collect. Oh dear Lord, would somebody please make their mind up? Vedmedic has the power up. They're gonna be pushing on to B now. Rafa will fall, and all 3 members of AimScamz now together. What are they going to do with it?
Yes.
What are they going to do, FaZe?
No, yes is my answer. That's the whole summary of what just happened. This was an insane amount of fragging power happening in the middle of the map, in the base. Yenem right now has to really wait for his teammates to push into the base. Him pushing on his own is probably not the safest idea, but look, he's got teammates all around him. Was touching the point, making sure that Team Liquid is still on board. And hey, look, Rafa hitting all the clutch shots that he needs, throwing the MacGuffin over to Shaft. This was perhaps a mistake. I'm pretty sure he wanted to throw it to the middle part of the map, but hey, nonetheless, Was still has the power up and going back into the base.
Was looking to make this cap. God, the enemies in his way. That's going to make it difficult as Yenem closes the distance and takes him down. But there's no health on the side of AimScamz, and overtime activated. Liquid defend. 2-1.
Wow.
2-0.
Wow. 2-0, but 2-1 when it comes to game score at the moment. Liquid with 2 wins versus 1. Look, this was one of those matches where, again, it could have gone either way. Sure, it was a 2-0 for Team Liquid, but look, it was extremely close each round. The little decisions when it comes to capturing the MacGuffin, we could see both actually teams being a little bit impatient when to push in, and it seemed like at some point both Team Liquid and AimScamz didn't have enough stock to go into the games as a group. They still did it, and they lost the MacGuffin straight away. So again, could have gone either way, but Team Liquid 2-0 on Arena.
Neither can pick MacGuffin, I believe, for the rest of this series now. It's going to be AimScamz pick again. They took us to Marina before, and initially to Wellspring. I'm expecting a Furnace.
It could be Furnace, but I would actually see Extinction happening. There you go. I think Extinction for both teams is going to be great. And a map like Icefall, picked by AimScamz, is again going to be benefiting their playstyle, the way they play, the way they aim. There's not much more to say to that. They've been performing extremely well, just as Team Liquid has. Team Liquid having a little bit of an edge at the moment, but maybe Extinction is the answer to the calls that AimScamz were making.
Well, here we are. AimScamz had to pick Extinction. I've forgotten how the thing works, but there we are. Such a different pace from MacGuffin, such a different skill set that you're really going to see here. I think Dahang actually the standout player for Team Liquid in this mode. And as always, it's my boy Ved Medic for AimScamz. We'll see how they divvy up the roles, though. Who's going to be the life leader? Who are going to be the very aggressive ghosts? Time will tell. At the moment, we're on board with Dahang as they set up for this mega and try to give everyone on their team that also important weapon, the pincer.
I think, given as you've mentioned, yes, Venmedic being the start player for AimScamz, but from what we've seen yesterday, Deathrow was actually the player in Extinction that was doing the most work for the team when it came to clutch situations. Right now, I'm hoping that he can pull it out the same as he did yesterday, and same for the Hang. The Hang was playing extremely well in Extinction, so I think it's going to be a battle between those two players, really.
Yeah. We're going to fight around the power up now. Yenim going to be pushing on in. The Hang's going to take him down, though, and that is power up in the hands of Rafa. Now with a shaft as well, it's going to start.
I think he just missed the player.
Whittle the enemy down. Ooh, lucky that he gets that Mega after taking that damage, really.
I know, it is. I wonder what FOV Rafa is playing on right now. There was, from my point of view, and I'm sure from the viewer's point of view, you could see the enemy player on the right on the 50 bubble. So that's actually quite curious.
Rafa still trolling. It's upper level, gonna find Yenim, but that's a ghost. Death Throw is the one that matters right now. It's 3 lives to 3. Oh, make that 2. Rafa up against Death Throw now as the life leaders.
I'm not too sure what might happen right now. Both teams are struggling when it comes to their stack. Defro having the bigger stack, and Rafa almost dying. Yes, he did. It's 2 lives versus 1. Defro has to really hold onto his life, be very wary of where the enemies are, and make sure that he can rely on the comms of his teammates.
That was really heads-up play actually from Defro there to select Rafa out of the crowd and make that shot happen. Yenim pushing in will take down Rafa, and a clutch switch from Jahar there on the observing. What a go.
A very clutch switch, and amazing performance by Yenim. Not hesitating, not shaking, just a very steady aim. He knows he's the last player. He will get him finished off, and they can proceed to the next round.
Here we are. Yenim with the red, and a few people in front of him. Dahang's going to fall as they now set up for this second red. It's going to go the way of Dahang. Gets something in the back there, and he's going to need this 50. Death Throw somehow just predicts where he's going to be and takes him down with that shaft. They're pretty even now. They've got a player on 3 lives, a player on 2 lives, a player on 1 life on both sides. Well, Rafa's going to ruin the symmetry of it, and with it, he's going to get this cast Desire.
Defro had a great kill and a good spawn on Rafa. Unfortunately, he didn't manage to hit the second hit, and the power-up is going towards Team Liquid.
And Waz and Rafa just going on an absolute tear. Fed Medic left with 1, Yenem left with 1, and this is dangerous. As Waz will take Mega, the red was taken quite a while ago, so it wasn't on the side of AimScamz. They're now going to collect it, but still, Waz can be so aggressive here.
Yes, Waz, as some of you may not know, he's one of the best time trial players. His movement is great. The way he pushes into players is so fast that you have to be very, very scared when Waz is not only the life leader with 3 lives, but he also has the power-ups such as Vanguard. That means he can rocket jump all over the map to find the enemy.
We're on board with Ved Medic, who so far is going to be the not the damage leader, actually. I think for the first time in this series for his team, fighting up against Waz, going to get taken down by the Blaster there. We've seen so much Blaster this weekend, guys.
I think people and players, well, people are the players, they're figuring out that Blaster being the highest damage. Yeah, some of them are egg bots too, and some of them are trash bots, depending on who you play against. Nonetheless, when it comes to Blaster, I think the damage that it can do, especially in close combat fights, is extreme. People often like to use it on LAN because it really is dangerous there. Here, although, you know, you've never seen people use that much the gun online, they are really finding ways to abuse it.
Yep. Dahang gonna be on the Siphonator and, well, trying to stay alive. Death Throw is gonna take him down, and now Ved Medic has that all-important power up, gonna charge up his buddy and now heal up a little bit himself. It's a lot of frags, though, going the way of Liquid. You can see the lives whittle down in a big way for AimScamz, and Fedman and Death Throw have to be so careful now. Death Throw going to fall. It's just Yenem left with 1 life, and he falls. Rafa
and he manages to get... Wow. It looked great from that POV, seeing Rafa just jump down, completely ignore the medic, and go for the last shot on Yenem.
What a play. What an end. Caught me off guard. Gotta admit that. Rafa in a bit of a scuffle. Rockets out. Gonna get taken down though. And well, this round, things have changed. It is all coming up AimScamz.
And as you can see on the kill feed, so far we've been mainly seeing pincer kills. I think both teams need to realize how important the pincer is on this map. If you are close by in the area of Mega Health and you don't drop down for the pincer, it's a crucial mistake. The amount of unreturned damage that you can do with that gun that will put your team forward in order to win a round is immense. You really have to focus on that side of the map just to make sure you either deny pincer from the enemy or you have it yourself.
Again, I'm going to be using the shaft, another very important weapon. He's now the life leader for his team with 3 Ved Medic on the power up, pushing in. Will take down Dahang. I said it yesterday, I'll say it again. This boy doesn't need to do any more damage, but he's going to pick up the power up anyway.
And he found the hand.
And look at him go.
Looking like it's going to be 2-2.
It's as easy as that. And this is everything right now for AimScamz. Up against match point plus 2-1 in this series for Team Liquid. It's a best of 5. So AimScamz need to take Icefall if they're going to stay in the upper bracket.
They do need to take the Icefall, and once again, I'm gonna remind you guys, the very first round, sorry, the second or the third round that they were playing, AimScamz just got the 3 or 4 pincer kills off the get-go. I'm hoping to see the same kind of result this round for both teams to realize you really need a pincer on this map and put extreme emphasis on using it.
We'll see if the Hang is going to follow your advice. He has one, going to stick to the blaster for now, though, and doesn't decide to go for a repeat, really valuing his life, it seems, as the Vanguard is coming up and securing that hugely important blaster. Getting so much damage done from the Hang. There's the Vanguard, going to go the way of Rafa. Yeah. Huge as Rafa can push on in. Vedmedic left with 2, Yenem just with 1 life, and Vedmedic caught out by Rafa. The shaft is there and it is strong. Barely getting away. It's Vedmedic.
Yeah, as you said, barely getting away, and as you saw, it was the pincer from both Yenem and Vedmedic that was pushing him away. He couldn't do anything. It's such a crucial weapon, and they're doing deeds with it. They're doing many deeds.
Many dirty deeds from Dahang and Death Row alliteration. You know, it's a lot of fun, isn't it? Read books, children. We're on board with Dahang, who is taking things slow for a little bit. Icon is called. That means Vedmedic, the last left alive for AimScamz, will be hanging around by the Mega.
It's a very dangerous position
waiting
for
for some info.
Vedmedic to be in. Yeah, he's waiting for the info, but also being in this position, you can get dropped down from the enemy players very quickly. It's not one of the best positions, but he will make it work. He might even get the Mega. He's pretty much stacked, and all he has to do right now is help Death Row and Yenem get the kills on Waz and the Hang.
I'm liking the stack for Vedmedic. The Hang. The pincer has to stay safe, but Yenem's there. And, well, Rafa's going to get a kill on Vedmedic. I wasn't expecting that with what Vedmedic had to work with, but advantage Liquid. Vanguard coming up, and I think this could be the decider here on Icefall.
I think it could be the decider, but Vedmedic is being extremely picky in a way. He picks a lot of corners and angles, and he's being very fast on the map. Sure, it can take you from place to place, but look, if you are extremely fast on the map, especially like Icefall, people can hear you. And if you are the last life leader, perhaps it's not the best idea to do.
Maybe not. Vedmedic now the last left alive and has to be so careful. Was just tormenting them with the Vanguard. They're such a powerful ability, and Vedmedic, you can see taking a bit of damage there. It's a little bit scary. Gonna get on the Mega. The Hang's gonna find Yenem. Try and flush.
It was a little bit scary. And I was getting scared for Vedmedic hitting the back of the wall and almost not being able to escape. That was quite worrisome for him.
Absolutely. Vedmedic left with just 70 HP now, but the frag on Waz means this is even Stevens as far as lives go. It's just the Hang left, but with a mighty fine stack, 100 health, 150 armor, Vedmedic's not nearly as healthy. He's gonna make it happen with the pincer, but still being chased and relies on Death Row to cover his back. The Hang takes issues into his own hands. The rockets are good.
Oh my god.
But they're not good enough. The stack for the Hang wins it out.
That was extremely ballsy of both players. I mean, maybe not Vedmedic so much because he was running away from the Hang, but the Hang completely, relentlessly charging into Vedmedic like that. That must hurt. That must be so daunting.
The Hang just got sick of waiting for his team to do it, didn't he? He was just like, oh, I'll go fucking kill him, man.
Let me do it. I'm the life leader. Who cares? You know.
Good stuff. We're on board with them now. And I think, as I said in the beginning, it's sort of come to pass. In Extinction, Dahang is Liquid's man.
No, for sure. The Hang is one of those players who are really good at the pure TDM aspect of it. So you have to be very careful when challenging a player like that, or even being challenged by a player like this. His micro decisions are great. Therefore, it's very, very scary to go against him.
And Liquid looking good so far. Waz on the Siphinator going to be healing his boy up. And now looking to go aggressive, I'm sure, with this power up. This is a big moment for Liquid, as they could take Ice Vault here. And now 2 lives remain for Death Row, 2 for Yenem as well. There goes 1.
But it's 1. It's, you know, we're looking at, you know, 3 lives versus 6. If Team Liquid plays it book by book and they don't worry too much about taking risks, they could get it. They could get this win. Hopefully they're not gonna return to the point where they play very safe. They need to take risks and they need to be pushing into AimScamz, given that Death Row is only on 2 lives left and he is the last player that has any lives on that team.
See? Throw is going to cope. I think for the first time seeing him as the life leader.
No, he was a life leader in the very first round, but it didn't last for long. So perhaps maybe this may not last too long either. But his spot at the moment on the map might be granting him some time. Hang managed to find the spot that he was previously hiding in, so they're going to be trying to focus on Death Row right now.
Well,
oh, he's got found
for now.
Right now.
That's gonna fall.
It's looking very scary for him. I'm not sure. And the pincer from Team Liquid, no. 2 pincers. He might be getting challenged right here. Fortunately, he had help from his team. The Hang extremely low, but getting fragged by Waz. And now it's
power up
2
on the way.
1 life versus 1 life. This could be actually looking good for AimScamz.
It could. The power up on Rafa, but I would say, is it accurate to say the Siphinator is the weakest of the power ups? He's going to find Death Row though. Rafa is here, misses the pincer though, and then Medic now has to play bodyguard. Wow. But Liquid is there in the back.
Team Liquid.